Hi, my name is Aya. You're watching Aya Reads, and I'm here to react to the Goodreads Choice Awards. And I'm going to react to the romance category. And I was trying not to look up spoilers, or I was keeping off of Goodreads, and I was not looking at Instagram a whole lot. But even the little bit that I did go on there, I did see. Okay, I'm way too excited. Anyway, I did see that there's a new fantasy romance category, which on the one hand, I'm fucking excited about, especially for the fantasy girlies. It seemed like every year a fantasy romance won that category, and I didn't really think that that was fair. But now I am debating because I really want to read the top 10 for both genres. So there's that. I did do a predictions video for the romance category, which I'll leave linked for you. And I have it here. So basically I'm gonna react to the category, and then I'm gonna basically tell you how many of those I had correct. And if you want to see like my reasonings and stuff, then you can definitely check that out. Yes, there is a romantasy category, which I'm fucking excited about. So let's see here, romance. So I'm already way too excited. Yeah, so the romance category, as you can see, I zoomed in 200% so that I can like really react to like a little bit at a time. So already I can see 3 that were on my list, although I don't think I was sure about the 7-year slip. Let me see where I put, no, I did put that in my top 20. So the 7-year slip by Ashley Poston, I'm fucking excited about because I really wanted to read that book, and I'm very happy to see that it's here. Same with King of Pride. I knew that King of Pride was going to be here. Even though King of Greed was also published, King of Pride just had a higher chance of making it, and I already bought this book because I knew it was going to be on here, so I'm really, really excited about that. Things We Hide from the Light, once again, I also predicted that. I do think that, yeah, very excited. I already bought this book, so yeah, this does not surprise me in any way, shape, or form. Powerless, yes! I'm so excited to see Powerless here. I knew an Elsie Silver was going to make it, and of the 3 she published, Powerless just is the one that has been out the longest, so that was kind of my reasoning. So far, the first 4 I predicted, and I'm very happy to see them on here. Hello Stranger, once again, not a surprise. It was in my top 20. And Catherine Center seems to be a Goodreads favorite for the romance category. The Long Game, however, I didn't really think it was going to make it on there. Yeah, I don't think I even put it as a contender in any way. I just felt like Elena Armas, her first book was very, very popular. Her second book, not really as much, and then The Long Game came out very recently, but I guess just because she has been nominated before. I don't know how popular this book is. I can check. 23,000 ratings, and then a 3.7 or 6.9 average rating, so not too shabby. But okay, so yours truly, I also was predicting, I do think this has a good chance of being in the top 10, so yeah, very excited to see this one on here. And then Wildfire. See, a lot of people that made predictions videos after me all put Wildfire here. I didn't. I don't think it was out like when I made my video, but I'm very excited. I didn't read the first book in this series, but I know this is a very popular TikTok book. Okay, The True Love Experiment, once again, not a surprise. I knew this was going to be on here. Christina Lauren, once again, a Goodreads favorite. And then oh my god, I'm already seeing The Right Move, and I'm so excited. I don't think any book I'm going to read for my top 10 is going to top it, but I mean, I fucking love The Right Move. It is like, it might be my favorite book I read this year. So yeah, very excited. This is definitely going to be my vote. To at least put it in the top 10. And Final Offer, once again, not a surprise. I believe at least the second book was on here last year, or the first one, I don't know. One of the books in this series was on here, was a previous Goodreads Choice nominee, so yeah. And then Practice Makes Perfect. It does make sense that this one is here because I just have been seeing this around a bunch. Once again, Meet Me at the Lake, not a surprise. Happy Place, not a surprise. Romantic comedy, not a surprise. Love Theoretically, not a surprise. I haven't read romantic comedy yet, but I heard from a lot of people that it's not really a romance. I guess we'll see. Ooh, In the Likely Event. See, I didn't put this in my top 20, and after I was done, I was regretting my decisions. I'm actually currently reading this one, and I'm really fucking loving it, so that's good. Oh my god, Pucking Around is here! Oh my god, if you watched my reaction video, you knew how much I was debating on putting Pucking Around in here. And I told you guys I didn't think Goodreads was gonna go there. I didn't think Goodreads was gonna put a Why Choose in there, and they did. And I just want to applaud Goodreads. I want to applaud them for having a separate fantasy romance category, and I really want to applaud them for having Pucking Around in here because it has been very popular. It has 70,000 ratings. So yeah, it is very long though. So that's not going to bode well for me, especially with all the fantasy romances I have to read that also have very high page count. And then You Again, this one, I think it published very recently. So this was not a contender for me. So I don't know if it's going to make it in the top 10. And then A Long Time Coming. Once again, if you watched my reaction video, you knew that I was debating between this one and Right Man, Right Time. And ultimately, I decided to go for Right Man, Right Time because it was a sports romance. Let me actually have like a normal... yeah. Let me just put it at 100% again. Yeah, so I was debating. I'm very glad to see Megan Quinn here. So let me actually see how many of these actually predicted that were actually my top 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my god, I told you guys, and then the other ones I didn't put here. I told you guys that I was aiming for 15, but 14 is still a good number. Yeah, so my top 10 are all in here, so that is good. I really thought they were going to put X's and O's in here, and I gotta tell you, this is not a very diverse list. There's not any... Well, I mean, I guess The Right Move has a half black, half African American main male character, but I don't think there's any black authors here. So that kind of sucks because I knew in previous years they did have... I really thought The Neighbor Favor was going to be in the top 20 at least. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Okay, yeah, so I think my top 10 still stands. I think, well, maybe Pucking Around is gonna eke it out. Yeah, I think Happy Place is gonna be in the top 10. I think it's gonna be the winner. Yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna do that. Right now, I just wanted to react. I'm gonna give you my predictions for the actual top 10 when I do my... when I'm actually going to be reading the top 10. So moving on to the romantasy category. I am so excited about this. I do have to tell you, I'm not that well versed in romantasy. It is a genre I really love reading, but I haven't been reading as much of it as I really wanted to. So, and the problem with romantasy is that usually they're like third books in series. So I'm very interested to see. I don't know if I can actually read the top 10. But I guess we'll see, because here, A Queen of Thieves and Chaos is already the third book in a series. Hanging City, I've never heard of. Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco, I did hear of. Haven't read. Hurricane Wars. This is the first in a series, so that's good. Oh, Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I haven't read the first one. Now that I'm saying this, I don't think I can actually read the top 10 because I only have such a limited time, and these are series that I have not really been reading. So, A Dawn of Onyx, I gotta tell you, even though I'm very happy, Bewitched I've heard of, obviously, I do own it. A Court of This Cruel and Lovely. Haven't heard of that one. Yeah, Fire in the Flesh. Oops, it's a third book in a series that I've like, I think this was the spin-off from A Blood of Kingdom of, what was that called? From Blood and Ash. I didn't really love that series, so the spin-off I definitely didn't. And this is once again a third. So this is almost like the sixth book, right? Assistant to the Villain, I did hear a lot of things about. Rule of the Aurora King, I've never heard of. The Foxglove King, I did hear of. The Coven is one I'm very interested in. Fall of Ruin and Wrath. I think this is this not the spin-off from White Hot Kiss? I'm not sure. Oh, here, see, once again, From Blood and Ash. This is the fifth book. Yeah, I don't think I can react to this. Okay, so Fourth Wing, obviously I've read and I really loved. I think this is going to be the winner. Yeah. Game of Gods is a series I stopped reading. The Jasad Heir, I've never heard of. Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, I did really want to read. And then the Zodiac Academy. This is the eighth book. Yeah, okay. As much as I'm very happy for romantasy to have its own category, and maybe I'll read a couple, but I think I'm just going to focus on the romance. Because if we look at the romance category, let's see how many I've read. So I've read Powerless, Happy Place, The Right Move, and The Likely Event I'm going to finish today or tomorrow. So 4. And the thing with these, like with the contemporary romances, is you can like I can, even though this is the second book in a series that I've not started yet, I can easily read King of Pride without having read King of Wrath. So, whereas with fantasy romances, usually you do have to read them in order. And well, I mean, I guess I could look and see based on ratings, but I already know the 2 Jennifer L. Armentrout's are probably going to be voted on. They're probably going to be in the top 10, and I don't have time to read these books. And I really, honestly, with From Blood and Ash, I didn't enjoy that book, so I don't want to do that. And then, then that is kind of a moot point at that point. But like I said, I'm very happy to see that it has its own category. Let's actually go back and see what all won, or what all is in the top 10. I'm actually interested in the fantasy category now that fantasy romances are not on here. So Starling House, yes. Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi. Oh, Swordcatcher, that's interesting. Bookshops and Bone Dust. Hellbent, obviously. V.E. Schwab. Yeah. Oh, The Will of the Many, obviously Brandon Sanderson. Okay. Oh, debut novel. Let's see if there is like a romance in here. No. Okay. Let's look at the young adult fantasy. Yeah. I used to read so many young adult fantasies. Oh, Divine Rivals. I think that one has a good chance of winning. I haven't been reading a whole lot of fantasies, I just realized. Even though I really love fantasy. So I should read more romantasy and fantasy. Fiction. Yeah, Someone Else's Shoes. I was scared that we're going to put that in the romance category. I'm very glad that they didn't. Yellowface does not surprise me. Wishing Game, I've heard a lot about. And I'm interested in the mystery thriller because I watch a lot of mystery thriller prediction videos. Yeah, I think I saw most of them in those prediction videos, so that's good. Yeah, let's go back to romance. Yeah, I think right now the books that yeah, like I said, I shouldn't really start. I should just like take my time and see which one of these. But I think the one I'm gonna start with is probably gonna be Things We Hide from the Light, because I'm 100% sure this is gonna end up in the top 10. And Ellie Hazelwood is also one I think is gonna be in the top 10. So yes, overall I am happy, I guess. I know, oh yeah, this is what I also really wanted to talk about. The thing is, I already know what I can get with Goodreads, and that is not indie published works. It just isn't. So as much as I do love reading indie romances, and it does suck that Goodreads just does not put them in the top 20, though I knew those parameters already, and I knew that they were not really gonna do that. I don't know, is Pucking Around an indie romance? Wasn't this recently picked up by a traditional publisher? I don't know. So yeah, Goodreads just prefers traditionally published books. So in that parameter, I already predicted it, and most of the books that are on the top 20 were ones I did definitely predict. And the ones that were on here that I did not predict, I'm not surprised by. Do I wish it was more diverse? Yes. Do I wish there was more indie romances? Yes. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't think I can really add to that conversation because it has been talked about a lot, and I don't think the points I'm gonna make are gonna be wildly different from points other people have already made. Like I said, I am gonna be reading at least the top 10, maybe even the top 20 of the romance category. Maybe next year I'll just like really look up and try to read a lot more fantasy romances or romantasy, so that maybe next year I can also do a predictions video for the romantasy category and also read the top 10 for the romantasy category. But for now, I didn't know that it was going to be its own category. Otherwise, I would have done some pre-work. But like I said, at the end of the day, I am very happy that it is its own category, because I always felt bad for the fantasy lover, like the fantasy lovers that aren't really into fantasy romance, because romantasy just dominated that category because a lot more people read romance and read romantasy, and that is just facts. Because if you look at the top, like the list of like the most popular books, most of those are romances or romantasy. So yeah. Oh, maybe I'll start with yours truly, actually. I don't know. I guess we'll see. This is obviously part 1. Part 2 is going to be me reading as many of these books as I can and really focusing on the ones where I think they're going to be in the top 10. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments below if there's any surprises for you. To be honest, Pucking Around really did surprise me, not because of its ratings, but because I truly did not think Goodreads was gonna put a reverse harem in there, but I'm really glad that they did. Yeah, I would really love to know your thoughts. What do you think about the fact that romantasy is now its own category? What do you think of the nominees? Are there any really big surprises on here, or is there a book that you really thought was gonna be on here that really wasn't? Let me actually look at Okay, so even though Graham Effect was not in my top 20, it was in the maybes. I did think, like after I made my predictions video, I did think it was gonna have a good chance of being in the top 20. Ultimately, it wasn't. I did think, like, if I look at this list, I really do wish they would swap out either the Catherine Center one or the Long Game for the Graham Effect and maybe Neighbor Favor or The Fiancé Farce or Ashford Parker Doesn't Fail. But anyway, definitely leave me all your thoughts in the comments below, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know by leaving a like if you did, and thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.